Hey guys, what's going on? So we're back today, got another video here. Before we get into things on what we're talking about for today's video, I'm just going to go over real quick what we've kind of got going on here lately in the garage. I know it's been a couple of weeks since we had a video update, so I figured we'll break it down real quick and we'll talk about what I've been doing, kind of what we've accomplished so far, and basically what's next for the build here. So let's get into it. So as you can see, we've got the cab off the truck. We also got the bed off the truck. There is a rear sitting under there right now. No, it's definitely not bolted down. It's pretty much just sitting there on some jack stands. That's going to be coming up in a little bit. So engine's in. We've got the motor actually in right now. It's sitting on the mounts that I made. So these are custom mounts that I made, self-designed. I welded them myself, all that. Right now there's just some 3D printed spacer bushings basically in there. I didn't put the real ones in yet just because didn't feel like it. They were in there welded together and just got it fitted up. So for now that's that. Motor's in, it's sitting on its own weight. Trans is also in. Right now it's just sitting on a jack stand. I'm gonna have to work on a trans cross member here a little bit in the future, so we're gonna try and run something across the frame right under the rear of the trans there, kind of utilize that stock bumper bushing on the bottom there. The cab, or the frame, right now we've got sitting on, these are basically scaffold legs. You can see we've got them all the way down the side here. 4 down this side. We've also got 4 down the other side. So that's actually what's holding the frame and the engine up right now. These are scaffold legs. And then basically we took some extra roll cage pipe I had from another project, tacked those onto the frame, and basically just did some welds down both sides of them. So the pipes are welded to the frame, and then the scaffold legs are just slid underneath it. And then we can use these as self-leveling legs to move the frame up and down wherever we want, so that when we go and start doing some more stuff, the frame is exactly where we want it. It's going to stay level. And the main purpose or reason I got these, and I'm just going this way, you can see there's a line right here. The frame is actually going to get cut, and we're going to lengthen it about 8 inches. So I've got a kit from Code 504 I ordered, basically just waiting for that to come in the mail before we actually hack the frame up. So now, since we've got, you know, the legs here, we'll cut it right in the middle. So now both sections of the frame are supported by legs, spread it apart, fit the extension kit in, weld it back up so we can keep the whole thing nice and level on the ground. I'll actually probably end up putting some lag bolts in some of these guys here. So like the front 4, or 2 on each side, I'm gonna lag those down so nothing's gonna move. The rear will eventually get lagged once the frame extension gets welded in. Over here, garage is pretty tight right now. We've got the cab over here. As you can see, the entire floor is cut out right now. There's no more floor in the cab. I started working on doing some reinforcing of the bottom corners of the cab. So passenger side, driver's side. Went ahead and just cut out the old rusty pieces there. Welded in some new stuff because that is where we're mounting, you know, this cross piece here. That's basically where the floor will sit on the back. The front passenger side one's not too bad, so I might just be able to salvage that, sand it down. The driver's side, on the other hand, that side's not looking so great. So this side over here is going to get cut out, and then we'll weld a new piece in there so that we can start doing the floor, and then we'll do the firewall and all that fun stuff. Just kind of got some laid out markings here, center, what's not. I'll have to do a little notch in the back of the cab there for the drive shaft. Basically, we'll do a little hoop in the back. The bed's just over here chilling. That's just out. I just got on a little dolly. I can wheel it around the garage easily. Engine stand, other door. This was the donor mock-up motor. This is actually belongs to someone else. It's actually a junk motor, but I'm done with it, so that's gonna be taken back to them soon. So I got it on the pallet, ready to lift on the truck and get that out of here, free up a little more space here in the garage so we can get some other work done. So today's video, I got a kit for relocating the AC compressor. So on these motors, the AC compressor sits right down here below the tensioner. Unfortunately, with this S10 frame, there is no space to fit an AC compressor in. If we did put one in down here, you know, there's no room to get the compressor in and out if you ever have to change it with the motor in. I'm not trying to have to pull the motor in and out just to change the AC compressor ever. So I looked around and I bought a kit. There were a few different options. The one option, I can't remember who makes the kit. They made a high mount kit where basically the AC compressor would mount directly above the alternator here. For my setup, unfortunately that doesn't work with the way I mounted the turbos and all that. There's a pipe that comes off this turbo, which we'll see in another video. I'll put the piping on and go through all the turbo setup. The piping would interfere with the AC compressor and my radiator hose routing that I'm going with here, so that's not going to work. So we skipped that option. I was going to do my own kit based off of someone else's, but then I figured in the essence of time, I would just go right ahead. I would just buy their kit and throw it on. That way I don't have to mock up my own stuff and make it a heck of a lot easier for me. So the kit we've got here is the Carrick Customs. It's the Ford OBS kit. So this right here is a 1996 Ford OBS Power Stroke. I'll try and throw the part numbers for everything in the description of the video. It's just a factory AC compressor from 1996 Ford 7.3 Power Stroke. And then, so the kit, that does not come with the kit. I bought that separate just from Rock Auto. It's about $122 plus shipping. Came within, I think, 2 days. So their kit, what it includes is the mount bracket. So as you can see, the AC compressor sits on this bracket here. It's got a whole bunch of TIG welded bungs on it. This bracket bolts on top of your intake plate. So if you can see right here, you take out 2 of the intake bolts. First one here and here. Those both come out. The kit comes with new bolts that you put in there. The third bolt that mounts it on is going right here in the front corner. That one actually is just going into the head here. There's actually a threaded piece of the head there. There's actually, come on, focus. There's a spacer that's welded to the bottom of the plate, so that when you tighten it down, it's not gonna, you know, pull the plate down and bend it at all, so your compressor won't sit crooked. So here's like a front-on view. See the little spacer under there. Basically, it's just got 4 bungs, threaded bungs welded onto it, that the compressor will sit on top of, and they have it machined and made such that the pulley on the compressor is going to sit in line with all your other pulleys. It clears the injection pump. It's close, but it does not hit, it does not interfere at all. So that's awesome. The other part of the kit that it comes with, which, you know, if I was going to make my own, this would have been the hardest part. It comes with this custom machine piece that they have a mounting flange welded onto. So you can see they got some real nice machining on this. Basically, it's got a couple of stepped collars. So this step collar right here basically pushes the pulley and the bearing away from the entire shaft piece. Your bearing's gonna ride on this piece here, and then you get a nut that goes on the end. It's got a bracket welded to it that bolts 2 existing holes on the head. So there's these 2 holes over here. Basically the same thing as what's behind this guy here. Bolts right on the front. And then it comes with the pulley as well. So the pulley just slides right on here. Pulley goes on there. Comes with the nut as well. The nut goes right on there as well. So that's what's going to hold your pulley on the front. These parts, they say, are available at your local auto parts store if you need to replace a pulley. I'll let this focus here so we get a part number off the front. Come on. There's the part number off the front of the pulley. The belt also came with the kit. I did not look this up yet to see if this is anything decent or how much this even is. Those are all the parts numbers on the belt. This is the box that the pulley came in. Come on. So 38022. It also comes with a little decal there. All in all, I mean, this kit's pretty nice. I like it. It made it a lot easier for installing the AC. I'm just gonna go and throw the belt on real quick. We'll snap a quick video so you can show how the belt sits. The only unfortunate thing about the kit is it did not come with any instructions. There were literally no instructions for installing any of the parts. Granted, they do have a video on their YouTube. It's super simple to install. I mean, if you can't install this, I don't think you should be modifying anything on your vehicle at all. The only weird thing is in the video that they have on their YouTube channel, it appears as if the motor that they're putting the kit on is just teeter-tottering inside the engine bay. I don't know what's up with that, so Carrick Customs, if you're watching this, what's going on with that? Is it just a scrap motor? And they pause it for about 1 second so you can see the belt orientation. So if they could just include the belt diagram in their video, that'd be awesome. So I'll throw the belt on real quick, show you guys what that looks like. Alright, so we got the belt installed, so here's a quick view of the front of the motor so you can see the exact orientation. Like I said, since their video on their website or on their YouTube doesn't really show you how well the routing of the belt is, so take a look here so you can see. It goes around the AC compressor, their custom idler pulley, down around this way, around the crank pulley, up around the tensioner, back over the water pump, around the alternator, and back up. Here's another angle right here from the side. So yeah, like I said, this kit's nice. It fits really well. I like it. The only weird thing is, you know, a rib belt traditionally goes around a pulley with the ribs facing out. You know, a smooth pulley, the ribs are typically facing out. The only weird thing is with this kit, when you get down to your tensioner pulley, it actually rides with the ribs on the pulley. I'm not sure if this is a good thing or not. I've never really seen this before. You know, but I mean, they've been selling these kits for a while. I haven't really seen anything bad about them on the internet, so we're just gonna go with it and see how it is. So yeah, that's pretty much it. Like I said, Carrick Customs Ford OBS 12-valve Cummins AC compressor relocation kit. I think the kit was around $400 or so. That's pretty much it for this video. If you guys have any questions about this kit, let me know in the comments. If there's anything else you want to know about it, let me know. Not sure what we've got going on next. No, possibly we've got some parts coming. We're doing something with this guy here, vacuum pump. So we actually ordered the leak kit, so that's going bye-bye. Power steering pump's just gonna get slammed all the way to the front there of the back of the timing cover. That's coming up. The rear end, that's a 488. That we got to measure out. That's got to get narrowed. So we'll probably have someone do that. I don't know if I want to do that myself. Waiting on a radiator to come. I had ordered one from Summit and it came with the fittings all crooked, so I sent that back. That thing is just not going to work for this application. I'll go over the turbo stuff in another video. So the turbos and stuff are all done. They're under the blanket there, exhaust pipe and whatnot. That's all on there. I'll go through that in another video. So that's pretty much it. If you liked it, comment below and subscribe for more updates. Talk to you guys in the next one.